Harry's wife. The return to Kensington Palace. Harry's wife has stayed away from the United Kingdom recently. The reason for this has been as a result of her narcissism recognising that there are too many threats to control. The general populace isn't interested or actively dislikes her. The media are gunning for her. And that the royal family have been less than impressed with her behaviour and have largely cold-shouldered her. None of those factors have altered, and therefore, as a consequence of the coronation, she did not attend, despite, of course, ensuring that there was the hokey-cokey about whether she might do so. Her narcissism as a self-defense mechanism has prevented her from going because it recognised that even the supposed advantages of doing so didn't outweigh the many threats to control that would exist. And thus, she stayed away, asserting control by staying in a position of withdrawal. Things have been going very badly for Harry's wife in the United States. Her unpopularity has tanked there also. Her popularity has tanked there also. Deals have dried up. Criticism flows fast. And, whereas once upon a time America didn't take the piss, it started to do so, notably earlier this year with South Park. With high overheads and a dodgy-looking pipeline, the activities so far, of course, of the William Morris Everend agency not generating anywhere near the level of interest or spondulics that she requires, things look difficult. This has led to some speculating that a return to the United Kingdom may yet take place. There'll be others who think she wouldn't have the brass neck to do so, but understand this, a narcissist would. Through compartmentalization, she would determine that it wouldn't be seen as failure to return, but rather, we saw that there was an opportunity for us to bring something new to the royal family. Many people would be like, is this woman deranged? The short answer is, from your perspective, yes, she is. But in her world, her narcissism would tell her, and she operates through this, that they've got something to offer to the royal family, that it wouldn't be them come crawling back asking for forgiveness, but rather, we're doing you a favour by returning to the United Kingdom and being working royals. You need me as a person of colour in your ranks. We are actually individuals that can show service and provide you with something. Believe me, there would not be any humility from her. There would be some statements that would be put out that might create the impression of humility, but she would walk back in there believing that everybody would go, hallelujah, we're saved, Harry's wife has returned. Of course, much of this would be predicated on whether she remained with Harry. And I remain of the view that any likely return is extremely slim indeed, because she's more likely to disengage from Harry and seek an alternative path in the United States than continue to remain with him and return to the United Kingdom because it's all gone wrong in the States. But there are some that think that there is a possibility that she will return. And if disengagement does not occur and she maintains the relationship with him, they might be forced to because of the financial problems that are mounting up. OK magazine tells us Prince Harry and Harry's wife offering to rent an apartment at Kensington Palace in hopes of showing Prince William they're serious about returning. The article by Taylor Norton asks, family reunion? A source recently opened up about Prince Harry and Harry's wife potentially renting an apartment in Kensington Palace in hopes of rekindling their relationships with the royal family. Despite being open to reconnecting, Harry doesn't want to become a prisoner of the palace, the insider shared of the Spare author. He and Harry's wife want to keep a sense of balance in their lives and their mental health intact. They added about the pair's desire to stay close yet separate from the high-profile brood. He and Harry's wife are offering to rent an apartment at Kensington Palace and furnish it themselves. Again, I don't see this as likely. If anything, this is a bit of misinformation that's been pumped out by Harry's wife to see how it's received. He hopes that this will please William and show that they're serious about coming back, the source noted regarding the two brothers who have had a rocky relationship since the Sussexes' infamous Megxit. As OK previously reported, while the source claimed the controversial couple may be moving back to the United Kingdom, royal expert Tom Bauer believes the duo will never be able to return amid all the family drama. "I don't think he can come back," he stated. "He's caused so much damage to the family, and the concern now is that if he does return, he could well damage it even further." Well, I think that's accurate, that the family won't want them back, but that might not necessarily stop Harry's wife from trying, of course, sharpening those elbows and trying to get back in. "I think Harry's wife would have been horrified by Harry's suggestion," Bauer added, of the former royals, who have faced a multitude of career setbacks over the last few months. "She's not close to William and Kate. I would imagine the last thing she'd want to do is return to England to live in a small poky flat in Kensington Palace," he explained about the Suits actress. Bauer explained they may only be considering the move because the backs are against the wall, saying Harry and Harry's wife are experiencing a crisis of identity, a crisis of purpose, and a crisis of finance. "I think they've exhausted their possibilities," he continued. As the Royal Observer previously reported, while Kate Middleton and Harry's wife have a tense relationship, the Princess of Wales allegedly feels bad for the way Harry was ostracised from the monarchy. Kate's let it be known to the palace aides who still speak to the Sussexes that she thinks it's an extremely poor show the way Harry's being treated, a source claimed. But Harry's wife is furious and thinks Kate has no right getting involved in her marriage, they explained. She would never dream of interfering between her and William. Thus, there is the suggestion that some form of apartment would be rented to demonstrate a seriousness about returning. I think that this is just rumour, possibly generated by Harry's wife to see what reaction comes from it. She doesn't want to return to the United Kingdom. It remains perceived as a hostile place. But if the chips were down and she remained with Harry, she might be forced to because of the financial support that is required. And as I've mentioned, she would just breeze in as if she was doing everybody a favour. There'd be no apologies. She would still expect that she should be apologised to because she believes herself to be the victim. More likely is there will be no return. The royal family won't want it. And ultimately, if Harry is to return, it will be as a consequence of as a divorcee. She is far more likely to disengage from him and then look for a fresh victim, as she is already doing so in the United States. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.